There it is.
Oh, now it goes. Yeah.
What's up, man? What's up?
What happened, bro? What happened, bro? What happened?
Low tripped on the plug, man. Low tripped on the plug real quick, man. Sorry, guys.
That just shows you that he's the power of the show, man. Should have just said, "Nah, I'm out." The whole show just done with.
He was like, I think he hit the wrong button, man. He hit the wrong button for sure. But yeah, we back.
We back. Check it out. You come back, everybody. We're gonna wait. We got 3. I want to hear that shit. You guys left. I want to hear none of that.
No, they'll be back. They'll pull up in right now.
So what's up, Gabe? Man. So what's up, Gabe, man? You were doing your little soliloquy. I don't know why. I don't even fucking know how I say that shit. You were doing your rant.
Gravy A. Smith or what? You Gravy A. Smith or what the fuck? What is this?
Hey, he's getting ranked on right now, bro. He needs to shut up a little bit, I think, in my view. What up, man? Six, how you doing, man? What's up, my boy Fresno partner?
Shout out to Art, man. He had that $2 super chat. I mean, didn't forget about it. He had a $2 super chat on the other.
Do it again, man. Do it again.
Thank you for supporting the channel, man. You always up to me, man. Thank you,
Six, bro. Get Martinez from Miami, bro. Free safety. We need a free safety, dude. Get the Martinez, bro.
Yeah, it was
number one.
Yeah, that was a little, little intermission, man. Nah, low push the wrong button, but we back. He set it up real quick. We back. Everybody coming back in. You know, everybody. You know, but it's not. Hey.
How far along we are? We're like an hour and what? An hour and a half over there. The other one, I think.
Yeah, about. Like another
4
hour.
more to go. 4 more hours to go, bro.
God damn, what's the gravy? I gotta work tomorrow too, man.
All right. Tomorrow's Monday, huh? Yeah.
Tomorrow's Monday.
Get motivated, bro. Be ready, man. Get your shit together. Be a G, bro. Tomorrow. What's up? Let's go.
What was that one lady that sang? What was that girl that sang? Just another manic Monday.
I don't know. I didn't listen to that shit low. I mean, Gabe.
I wish it was Sunday.
Nah, bro. I used to enjoy Sundays, dude. Them days, any Sunday, bro. It was nice weather, just chilling. You know what I mean? That's relax outside. I like doing that too because I'm an old fucker.
Oh, look at it. New England Raider Booster said, "Hey, he's down to fucking hold it down for 4 hours if you fucking really."
This might happen, bro. So, hey, Jeff.
Send the link.
I left your show. I was on Jeff's show. I think it was Saturday, and man, it got good, bro. It got good. Jeff knows me. I'm different.
I'm always down for different point of views, everything, man, and shit. It's like
we was different. Madman was in there.
You have his Instagram?
Huh?
You have his Instagram?
Oh, any radio just like that? Yeah, Jeff. He's always on YouTube and Instagram. I got him on there.
Send him the link.
He good. He hella good dude. I get shows. Everybody's different. You know, I get on there. I'm different, and I'm the same dude. Ain't nothing changed with me, but you know, we got busy. And he's a good guy, bro. He has a good show. There's a couple of them. Chris for Raiders, his partner, his co-host, and then Navman's I'm pretty sure Navman's gonna dive into the YouTube world. A couple other guys. I think Jason.
You get a little itch for it. You start doing it, and then it's just it's cool,
next
man.
Thing you know, we'll be here just like we was, bro. We'll be 2 years on. I'm gonna be like 2 years in this change or something like that.
Okay.
Pumping, gonna get better. Gonna get better, bro. I know. I've seen Gabe. I watched you, Gabe, like 2 years before we even started Red Nation Live, bro. You used to get on every week, and then I got comfortable. And that's all you got to do is just be comfortable, bro. And once you get that, once that gets out of your system, being comfortable talking to people, bam, you're cool.
Was that 1 year of basically right before the draft in Vegas? Remember? Yep. All that like leading up to the draft in Vegas, basically. Yep.
Everybody was homies, and you guys had a little football game after that. All that little flag football. Remember that shit?
Nah, it's cool though, man. I mean, shit, Raider Nation. I'm just glad all the content creators love, hate, or indifferent or whatever, man. I mean, as long as the Raiders name is out there, that's cool. It's just the only people I can't stand is like they say the only people I can't stand is really that they trying to do content for other shit, but they use the Raider name. That's the one. Like, if they're not even gonna really talk about Raiders, then don't even put the fucking name in your fucking channel, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't know, but it's just whatever it is, man. I mean, that's just my opinion. They can do whatever the fuck they want, really. But it's just, you know, because you're going over there and then you're fucking just listening to a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? So when you really want to be, you know, listening to some, at least you call yourself a Raider content creator. Throw some Raiders in there now and then. You know what I mean?
Yes. Do it, man. Be a Raider Nation boss. Well, be a big Raider Nation boss and say the right shit. I know you don't like what I say, but I'm right. I'm right. I don't throw facts out, Gabe, and all this shit. I go no, you know. And what's good is that, you know, the Sanders issue. Boom. It's just a contradiction that me and you are always gonna have if people dig it. Because people in the chat say, yeah, you know, we should get Shedeur Sanders, and I'm like, nah, we should don't get him. They're like last year, Gabe, when you said, fuck those pigs, you remember? And I was like, nah, we can't do that. And I knew that Jaden was gonna be a good quarterback, bro. I was with you on that, but there was no way I was gonna give up the farm that much. But we should have now, you know what I mean? I'm saying we should have did that shit. But we wouldn't have had Brock Bowers. We wouldn't have had, you know, JPJ. We would have had a Jaden Daniels, but with AP and Getsy and all that shit, you think
Jaden Daniels? But if you trade for Daniels, if you trade for that first round pick, you 1,000% Kingsbury is here.
That happened before Jaden.
But that's what I'm saying. If they would have traded for that pick before they even went into going to try to sign Kingsbury, you know, that like they traded up for that, because you can make the trade up month before if the team is willing, if the two teams are willing to make that trade. I mean, if you're already ready to give that compensation, then that it doesn't matter how long in advance the before the draft the trade is made. But if you have the rights to the first overall pick, Kingsbury is here.
Kingsbury would have stayed there, and then we would be saying, won't even be talking about Chip Kelly. And look at the season the dude had, man. We looked so much like shit. We just dropped the ball on Kingsbury, Jaden Daniels, and a whole bunch of other shit, bro. It was just bad, bro. It has to get better, and I know it is. It has to get better than what it was last year, bro. Because last year was bad. Bad. I don't care what feelings you have for the coach, and he's a good dude or whatever, but he's not a good football coach. He wasn't ready. And we thought he was ready, and I was on that train, and I was fucking wrong. And if everybody could say that, then that was it. He pumped me up.
3 weeks away.
I was jumping. I was doing jumping jacks and sick and shit. And I was rolling for this dude, and he let me down. He let Raider Nation down. And I don't know if he did, but it was obvious that he wasn't a head coach material. And it was obvious that he wasn't in charge of that team when he, in the beginning, was saying that before he got this GM, you know. But that's last year. I will talk about the stupid moves we did last year. But this year, that's why my intensity was so high that we were going to do something different, Gabe. We were going to get players that matter, get players that are you know, that are good. I'm not saying these guys aren't, but me and you have the same feelings about this free agency as other. We're different than these other guys. What they're saying, they're happy. I'm saying we're all right, bro. I gave it like a C. You know, C at the best. And then if it pans out, then I'll be wrong again, and I'll admit that shit. But I'm not happy with it. I thought we could have got better, quicker, but getting Geno means that, hey, maybe this dude is saying, hey, look, we're gonna have to win now, you know. And I know we'll win some more games with Geno, and just with the fact with the coaching with Pete too, we're gonna win games. So 2 more games over 4, I'm not satisfied with. Now I want 8-9 wins. That's what I want. It matters who we get. obviously, if you're the 30-second, I know Pete's looking at that 30-second rushing game, and it's eating the shit out of him, bro. I bet you that's what it's doing. It's eating the shit out of Chip Kelly. We need a running back. We need a running back. And then they know, bro. They know that if you wait all the way till round 3 and 4, you have to coach him up. And then I don't think Janty, he's gonna come out like a fucking missile with the hard arm, just running through fools. That's what he's gonna do. He's energized, bro. He got stamina, man. He gonna come out, shoot out like a cannon, bro, out of a battleship, and just all heart and balls running motherfuckers over. That's what he's gonna do, bro. Number 2, he gonna bring number 2 back to relevance.
We're gonna see real soon, though, man, how all this draft's gonna pan out, man. We'll see what situation. I do really believe that it's in the plans for running back, because I think they see how important that position is right now, bro. Like for us, I just think for this team, how historically Pete likes to, kind of, run his play, have his, offensive guys run his, type of play. You know what I mean? Be smash mouths, and you know what I mean, and kind of play off of the run, and also Chip Kelly. You see Chip Kelly kind of molded in that way too, which is one reason you can see he was the candidate to be, kind of hired here. So it's like, I think they need I think the 2 biggest possibilities are running back, which I definitely would rather have Genty, but the fact that I don't think Trayvon Henderson can hold a candle to Genty, but I like his, maybe, his familiarity in the offense already, and he is a good player. He's just not Genty. Like but like, and you could get him probably later, where you could still get another impact player in the first round. But like, I think those are the 2 names that I would be like, okay, these running backs would make a difference day one, because one is just special enough that he can be, that I think is going to be good on any team that he's at. And the other, if he plays with this team, like if we do get Trayvon, Henderson, I think he's already ahead of the curve a little bit because of the fact that he played in this offense last year. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's basically coming into a new year, obviously with a different team, but with the same offense, same voice giving them the plays. You know what I mean? So he's going to be very familiar with it. You know what I mean? So I think you can come in, hit the ground running type of shit. You know what I mean? And Jukins also to a lesser extent.
But he's going to. I think that Genty's going to make an impact real quick on this team, but just the performances that I've seen about him. That with him and Hampton, there's a big gap after that, bro. You're talking about Hampton, Jonty, first round guys. These other guys are 3rd, 4th round guys, and then they're mocked by professional guys, scouts that been scouts, and they're saying that you could get Judkins and Henderson in the 3rd, 4th round. I don't want a 3rd, 4th round guy. He could blossom. He could blossom into whatever, but you're getting quality right off the bat right there, because they show it. They're showing it.
No, I think the problem with rookies, though, sometimes though, that are like 3rd rounds, that sometimes they go in and they take a little longer to kind of develop, because they are a 3rd round pick and they are a little bit more of a project for that team because no familiarity. But that's why I say those 2 guys, Jukins and Henderson, in the 3rd, 4th round, because they already kind of have a little bit of a head start. They already have that head start. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're going to have to get accustomed to the game speed of the NFL. That's way different. You know what I mean? And all that shit. But just the mere fact of having that other stuff, which sometimes that's the hardest stuff to learn a playbook and, you know what I mean, the positioning where you got to be and all of that shit. So that's why I point to those 2 guys. Because if you can't get them in the 3rd, 4th round, that just means that in the 1st, 2nd, and possibly 3rd round, because if you do get them in the 4th round, you're taking other impact players who could possibly help this team in other ways. You know what I mean? Maybe you take an offensive lineman in the 3rd, and a corner in the 2nd, and a freaking or a corner in the first, Will Johnson in the first, or offensive lineman in your case, you know what I mean? An offensive lineman in your case in the first round. So it's like, that's all I'm saying. Like, it still makes sense. Is all I'm saying with those two guys.
House Junkie, Jacqueline Lane's doing jumping jacks. Yeah, I can do jumping jacks now. I do jumping jack now, bro. Question: what round we draft a quarterback because we have so many holes, different positions? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, if you had Mambo there, you had Jonty there, you had a linebacker, Jahad Campbell there, Gabe. Well, and you have Will Johnson there. What would you do? They all need.
So, okay, you said Jahad Campbell, Will Johnson,
Mambo, Jonty, Will Johnson, just guys like that, bro. But all Shador. Of the ones that Shador's not there. Shador's got picked already. I think he's gonna get picked before.
If you're telling me out of those guys, for me it's a no-brainer. It's fucking Genty, to be honest.
Me too. I feel the same way. And if he's not there, I would get that. If not there, I'll get that. What if Graham's there? What if Graham's there?
I just think that's one of our. I think to me that's one of our strongest positions. Like, I go strengthen a weaker position first.
We don't need to add to a good defensive front. You can, but later.
Yeah,
you get guys like that. I'm not saying that.
Because we can always use help at defensive line. The only thing I'm saying is to me, it's one of our stronger positions, at the defensive line. That's probably our strongest.
That is our strongest. We just need backup help right there. We got our four guys don't get hurt. Yeah, those guys don't get hurt, Gabe, and if they stay packed and put that pressure on there, and we could get backup spots. Graham, I think, won't be necessary. I think he's gonna be there, but I don't think that he. I was saying get him because I didn't think Jonty would be there, and I didn't want Shador Sanders. So I was saying get Mason Graham because we didn't sign Adam Butler yet,
Yeah.
And we got to figure that Wilkins. Graham isn't. When I looked at Graham, I didn't really notice his. He stops a run, what every defensive tackles do. But nowadays, Gabe, people want your defensive linemen to make sacks. That's the end thing now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And their priority to me, a defensive lineman, is cause confusion and stop the run. Right? That's what tackles. Yes, exactly. They want everybody to be like Aaron Donald. Everybody wants to be Aaron Donald, but they can't, bro. Dude was the MVP of the league. Dude. So if you're gonna,
it looks like if anybody could possibly get there, which this is where now it's starting to get me mad, because even though I've always kind of been on Tyree's side, with especially arguing with you about Tyree.
Yeah.
Never did I ever say that he was worth the pick over Jalen Carter. That's one thing you'll never hear me say. And you can go back years on those things. I don't care what Jalen Carter did in his fucking pre-draft. We should have took Jalen Carter that year. There was no reason why we shouldn't have fucking take Jalen Carter that year. And he's possibly the only one that I can see right now. Well, there's another guy in LA too, though. He's pretty damn good too in the middle too. That the dude that was a rookie, I think, 2 years ago, but he balled out again last year too.
Oh yeah, their little young middle guy. I forgot his name though. It's Ton or something like that. Yeah, shoot, they got that guy from Florida. The rookies panned out big time for him, bro. They got that white dude and that other guy from Florida State. That's winning, bro. That's hitting the draft, bro, right there. We hit the draft on our first 3 picks. Those guys, they got Rams are on the come up. I could see that.
And we even see guys like back up. I think the mere fact that I would still say, okay, Mason Graham, cool, but they're even making little moves to get depth behind that are starters even too, like at that position. So that's the only reason I don't see Mason Graham. It's not that he's not a good player. It's not that he's not deserving of that 6th pick or anything like that. I just think that that's ours, like maybe our at position by position of every position group. That's probably the strongest position on our team, the defensive line. So that's the reason why.
Again, we say that you can never have enough defensive tackles, though. You never have enough defensive linemen. That is true, but if it's we're not Philly yet. We don't have backups. We don't have all-pro backups. You want to get that, but you do it wisely. Do it wisely, and not just say, all right, this guy, where it's proven that he doesn't get sacks, and that's the end thing now, and we couldn't stop the run anyways, and then just let's stop the run with our core guys. We got beats out Adam Butler, we beats out Wilkins, and fine, but he ain't gonna do that. He's gonna be a backup, and then we're gonna pick him at 6. We got to understand that we're solidified at that position right now, and then I wouldn't get mad if we pick Mason Graham. I wouldn't be mad, but
I wouldn't be mad.
We're 32nd. We weren't the 32nd rush defense. We were close, but we weren't. We were 32nd in rushing. So that's an obvious pick. It's obvious.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be mad if we got Mason Graham because, like I said earlier, it's not like we're getting a guy that's not even projected in the top 10. Like that's why maybe he's a little bit down my list of who to get at 6, but doesn't mean that I would be upset if we get him because he's still deserving of that 6th pick if we do get him, is what I mean. Like, as long as we don't go that stupid route where we're picking a fucking, like, I hate to keep bringing these names up, but like Shalik Calhoun's, the Leatherwoods of the fucking world, to a lesser extent, because I kind of like, I think it was, fucking Cleveland Farrell, you know what I mean? There's just guys like that, man. Like, it's like those are the guys those are head scratchers, you know what I mean? But like if you get a Mason Graham, like when they say a Shador even, like, or a Genty, fucking Jalen Carter, fucking, or even Jihad Campbell, or like guys like that, like they're the best at their position and we need them. Like we need to fill basically all those holes. So that's why I wouldn't be mad at almost any of those picks. But there's obviously a fucking stepping stone of it. Like there's a list of it. Like you would tell me first. Right now, it'd probably be Genty first. Like I'm sorry, but I'm Genty first. Shador to me still second. I don't know. Like I'm still not off quarterback. And then we can go, down the list of other guys and realistically that are going to be available because guys could be. I don't want to hear in the chat like, oh, but what about Travis Hunter? What about Abdul Carr? Those guys are not going to be there.
I hope they are.
I hope they are too. But realistically at 6, I don't think Abdul or Travis will be there.
I hope they are though. We could get a Travis Hunter.
Even like a Will Johnson, I wouldn't be mad at.
I wouldn't be mad at a Will Johnson at 6 because now it's a big need. It's a big need. So that we ain't losing defensive tackles here, to do that. That'll be a situation. Hey, if all those guys are gone and Mason Graham is the only guy, I would trade back. I would trade back to get his teammate. I would trade just like what Arnie said. Kenneth Grant, I like more than Mason Graham. Mason Graham had a better season. Look at Kenneth Grant. He probably did. He's a really, really big defensive tackles, and that's the way those tackles end up. That's the way they end up. Now, Mason Graham had his size, he would be a top 2 pick. He would be up there with Travis and Abdul Carter if he was that big. But Mason Graham's a little bit on the light side. He's 300 pounds probably now, but you need to be 320, 3 something. You need to be big to mess with those linemen. You're messing with 300, and maybe he's got moves and stuff. I'm pretty sure he does, but the 10 pounds is that that's 306, dude. It's still light, bro. Grant's 340 pounds, I guess. That's light for a nose tackle, bro. He's a 3 technique guy at Michigan.
that's going into the pros. He's still gonna go get that professional, type shit where he'll still probably put another 10, maybe 15
Yeah,
pounds.
but,
So
how's he gonna play? How's he gonna play bigger, bro? How's he gonna play with 30 extra pounds on him? Is he gonna be the Mason Graham that we remember? You don't know that. Yeah,
you know how you guys get in when they get into the locker rooms.
Kenneth Graham is doing that stuff at 300. He's doing the same thing as Mason Graham is, but stopping the run, getting a little. He's not a sack master, but that to me, defensive tackles are their main goal is it shouldn't be to go get the quarterback. Their main goal is to disrupt the offensive line, push them back, and stop the run, and put some pressure on the quarterback, and let those guys on the outside get them. Those are the athletes. And Kenneth Grant was a bigger dude, can stop the run, man. Ain't no one gonna buy that dude, especially a guard or a running back ain't gonna block you.
That's why I said I think defensive tackle regardless, like I think it's a little bit down my line, like that little bit down the list of like necessity positions. Like defensive tackle would probably be lower down the totem pole of my importance, for this team. I think it would go more running back, still quarterback, still, we still need a linebacker. That's more important than that. I think we still need even before that, we still need a number, like another a receiver. You know what I mean? Other than, a defensive tackle, I think a lot of positions I think that we can need before we need another defensive tackle. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's not a really big guy, and I don't know if he can get bigger. You gain 10 pounds, just drink a grip of water or going to fucking Denny's for a little shot, then you lose that shit. What's training camp on? Pretty sure he's going to be 290 something again. Because those guys, they ain't growing no more. He just got to get bigger. Yeah, we was back. Jers. He likes being called Jers, bro. Jers, because a lot of people say Yerp. I see this show, man. Yeah, good little show. He's up and coming little content creator.
I know we signed. No, not re-signed. We signed Lecky Folk too, right? The other defensive.
He's a big guy too.
That's a big dude, 340 something pounds.
He's a huge guy.
Yeah. I mean,
and Adam Butler's a big dude. Wilkins is a big dude. And you put little ass Mason Graham in there, it doesn't sound like this. Yeah, he's a big, but he doesn't belong there.
What I mean is, that's what I'm saying though. They're gonna use him there still, regardless. That's what I'm saying. You have enough. I think you have enough at that position to where it's less important.
It just seems like it's more obvious of him being unsuccessful unless he gains more weight and be. I know he's a powerful kid. I know he does this and that, but 290s and barely 300 and the pros ain't gonna cut it.
If he could turn into a type like Calais Campbell, then hey, Calais Campbell was a little bit on the lighter side. Like
I don't know if he's athletic as him though. I don't know if he's more athletic.
Oh, I don't know, man, about that.
What?
Pretty damn athletic.
The Mason Graham is athletic, but Calais Campbell, come on, bro. Borderline Hall of Fame.
We were talking about Tyree.
No, Tyree ain't shit, bro. You know how I felt about Tyree. Oh, number 9.
I thought you were talking about Tyree because he was too small.
No, Tyree's a big man, dude. I've seen the dude. I've seen the guy. He's a huge motherfucker, bro. I thought Michael Mayer was big. Tyree Wilson towers over Michael Mayer.
Yeah, but the weight wise, what is he, like 280? 290 somewhere around there?
He's a light. That's why he gets even him, bro. But he's so powerful. He's just different. Mason Graham doesn't have the power and I'm not gonna say drive that he's just not that dude. He's not that dude, but he can be. He can be a guy like that. I'm not giving Tyree Wilson any credit, but he could be a defensive tackle and sack the quarterback. That's how athletic and like different Tyree Wilson is. But he's just not a number whatever pick that he was picked, bro. He's not that guy. So that's how I feel about homeboy. Tyreek's about 285.
This is great. This is gonna be Tyree's breakout year, dog. I keep saying that shit.
Man, we've been saying that for 3 years already, bro. What's this? His fourth year?
2 years. This is his third year.
We got what?
This will be his third year.
What do we give him, man? What do we give him his 5th year extension, dude? I'll be pissed. That'll be one of the best shows on. I'll lose my shit.
Only one
I will lose.
Is if he balls out this year.
I will lose my shit if we gave him a 5th year.
We have to ball out actually this year and next year. I think, or play a lot better this year and then actually ball out next year for them to consider, I think, the 5th year 10 team, because it will be, I think at that point, it would be like a $17 million deal option or something like that. So I don't think that he would have to play solid this year and then be really good next year for them to consider him for a 5th year. But we'll see. I mean,
Jerry, look at the Rams and look at the Rams, bro. Two rookies got busy.
No, I get it. But there also been a lot of cases where dudes stuck for the first two, 3 years of the thing, and then all of a sudden they're fucking great. You know what I mean? Like Matt Judon was one of those. Matt Judon, couldn't do shit. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden that dude became a 15 sack a year player. You know what I mean? So it's like, can that switch come off in Tyree? That's the thing. That's the only thing. It's on him, bro, because he has the measurables. He has everything there for him, bro. He has fucking one of the better defensive ends right there, that he can go ask, pick his brain. You know what I mean? He has one of the better coaches, you know what I mean, in the league. So it's like that, it's all there for him. If he wants it, like it's all on him. Like, how much does he want it? You know what I mean? Is he really fucking that? Is football the most important thing in his life? You know what I mean? That shit, because he can yeah, that's exactly. It has to be for him to be great, I think. But if he has other things in mind where trying to be this or that or like whatever it is, bro, like that one, he just needs to get to work, bro, because he has everything. He has the speed. You see it in the comment, whatever. He has the intangibles. He's strong as fuck. You know what I mean? So it's like he has everything. It's just, I think it's all up here for him now. An effort.
That's our only question. We give one bold prediction for our offense this year, bro. What you got, Gabe?
Well, what happened? Question, give me one bold prediction for our offense this year. I think for our offense, I say we're going to get Ashton Gentry, and we will, I think for sure, like, damn, bro, we've been in offensive fucking
funk
hell last fucking 3 years, right? I would say we were in the top 30, right? Like we were in the bottom 20s, and sometimes in the 30s in the last couple of years. I would say, and this is bold to me, with the addition of, especially like if we get like a Genty, I think we could definitely be like a top 15 offense.
Wow. I think our running game will be better. If we get Genty. Or one of these, or Hampton, or one of these guys. I want Genty at 6. I'm not going to go off it. If it happens, then I'm not going to brag that I told you so. But it's obvious. It's obvious. And then what's obvious? What's obvious is Genty, an offensive lineman is obvious. Whoever the best one that's there. But I like Membo. Membo's on the small side, and I know that's the way the NFL is starting to go, Gabe. NFL starting to go against these shorter offensive linemen. The dude's a tackle, and he's 6'3", 6'4", and the NFL's going that way. We will see it in a little bit. I'll be right at that in a little bit. And then with that, if nobody's there to solve those two problems, I wouldn't bitch or cry if at 6 we drop down a little bit. And I'm not want to pick past 10. I don't want to pick past 10. So those guys, the quality of player that's going to be there. I'll get the linebacker, and we're at 10. That's it. I don't want to go below top 10 unless we get.
Baby, you as a coach, how important is it, bro? Like for like say like a play caller, right? Like and when you have and in this case it's Getsy versus fucking Chip Kelly. The offensive line, how important is it for an offensive line for like the design of the play to be blocked, the way it's blocked and shit like that? It's like people just go out and say, yeah, people go out and just say who's gonna block. You know, like I heard somebody say who's gonna block for him, who's gonna block for this team. But it's like, and also when play designs are almost set from the beginning, how predictable we were last year, and everybody in the chat would agree how fucking predictable we were. That's the main reason why we suck. And you know, and you see guys running into the back of defenders. It's not like we didn't have our. It's not like the blockers. There was blocks like that before when Josh Jacobs was there. But Josh Jacobs will break out of a tackle and make a -2 yards into a 3 yards. It's also the leg drive of the determination of the running back, the design play of the actual design of the play.
Yeah,
the person. I mean? So it's like,
in the beginning, bro, I want to tell you because you said as a coach, at the beginning of you design a play, the first thing you do is the protection of what you're going to. If it's a running play, you're obviously in a situation where you do a formation. Your formation where you got all your offensive linemen, those 5 guys are there. And then if you want to add other protection, you put a tight end there. You can have a 2 tight ends there for, double tight, we would call it, or 12 personnel. And then after that, you design routes of every defense that you're going to face. You design a route to where, you're going to have open space. You're going to have a green grass. And then a running play is what I would be focused on, is that, hey, you're going to pull somebody. There's different schemes you could do, a pin and pull where a tackle blocks down and you got a pulling guard going around hitting a little dude. That's what you want. You want a mismatch. So you're trying to develop the numbers game. You want to protect the quarterback. That's the main issue. Well, first of all, you want to get the ball to the quarterback's hands. You want to make sure that the snap is done with, and you got that. Then after that, you worry about protection. So if it includes running backs, then you hit that tag and you tell a running back, hey, you just so much information that you need to do when you're designing plays, bro. Then it's weird, bro. It's not weird, but it's so interesting when you do stuff like that. And then Chip Kelly can do that, bro. Chip Kelly designs plays to where he knows protections. I don't think Getsy didn't know that. I think Getsy's protections were fucked up, and we blamed the offensive line for doing the wrong shit. Plus, we have bad running backs. So this is going to change, bro. Look at when, I think it was 2012, 13, 14. He coached 3 years, I think, for Philly. His offenses, the first 2 years, killed the NFL. He came in, killed the NFL. And the reason why was that it wasn't the play calling, it wasn't the play situations, it was the tempo of the game. So now, and then players didn't like it, bro. It was new. It was a new thing when it came out. He had Michael Vick, he had Shady McCoy, he had Deshaun, what's his name that we used to have, and they were amazing, bro. They were dope, and he just did plays with 20 seconds left on the clock. That's what through the play clock. That's what messed up defenses, because your big boys, you can't substitute. They changed the rules to where if you substitute, the defense can substitute. They changed the rules in the NFL. He came in and changed rules. So when we sit here and say Chip Kelly's gonna suck and all that, these guys are got a new adjustment of being in tempo. It's not as fast as it used to be. And then I want to tell you guys this: that we say, oh, it's too fast. Tom Brady, I bet you this: Tom Brady looked at when he at the reaction of teams that ran tempo. Because if you look at the stats of when Chip Kelly came into the NFL and how fast he was running plays, there was only one team that was faster than him. What team do you think that was? Look it up. It was the New England Patriots. And Tom Brady knows that is effective. Nowadays, the defensive linemen are way more better in shape, and linebackers are way more better in shape nowadays that they're getting in shape. Our division, these dudes are probably stressing that these big boys on the line. Chip Kelly's back in the NFL. Check this out. So Tom Brady knows that that's an advantage that we're going to have on offense. Just take heed of that real quick. Take heed of that real quick. And we're going to see that if we're successful running this offense and we got good players in there, we're going to see the impact of the tempo game of Chip Kelly in the NFL again. It worked at Ohio State with his 1 year doing it, 1 year offensive coordinator at Ohio State, and the dude won a national championship with his offense. Ohio State wasn't banging offensively the year before that. And now, 1 year at Ohio State, national championship. That's a different situation. That's a pro offense now. When Chip Kelly came, it was all new. It was all new. People didn't do that shit. And it caused havoc in college football, and then he went to the pros, and it caused havoc in the pros. And then now that we're gonna do it, we're gonna be in shape. April 8th is when these dudes start doing little practice sessions, dude, at the complex. Did you know that, Gabe? 2 days they're gonna be out there. The players that we have are gonna be there April 8th at the complex working out, getting to know each other, seeing what's up. We gotta get on board with that, man. Go there, get motivated, and get your shit together, bro. That's what we got to do, Gabe. We got to get our shit together. I'm be pumped up about this coming up shit. But we got to win, man. We can't. 2026. Fuck, man, forget all that, Gabe. I don't want that shit, bro.
Tonight, you mean Will Johnson? What cowboy I think is the offensive lineman from LSU?
Will Johnson is the cornerback. Will Campbell is he's a DB. Will Campbell is the. And what up, DeLone? What up, DeLone?
Will Campbell's no.
Will Campbell's offensive lineman, yeah.
LSU, right? Yeah. So I think no. What I'm saying is like he said Charles Woodson. I think you mean Will Johnson from Michigan too. That's why they compare him to Charles Woodson. Both from Michigan and shit like that. You know?
Oh, okay. That's why they're doing
I also read though his player comp right now. Like if they were to compare him to a DB in the NFL, his comparison is Patrick Surtain.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, fucking defensive player of the year.
Do you think Patrick Surtain? Do you think Patrick Peterson is a better cornerback than Charles Woodson? Because Patrick Peterson's going to the Hall of Fame, bro. Quick, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He just needs to retire, bro.
Oh yeah, Charles Woodson.
Patrick Peterson. You think Charles Woodson better than Patrick Peterson? I say it's a tie, bro. It might be a tie. Well, he plays safety too, but
the thing is though, like Charles got stats.
Patrick Peterson is in the NFL right now, still playing. So did Patrick Peterson, didn't he?
Yeah. Charles got a defensive player of the year at DB, man. Pretty hard.
But just the reason why I agree with you, Gabe, and I'm not talking shit on Charles Woodson, but Charles Woodson DB talent diminished, and he had to play safety. He had to play safety, bro. Patrick Peterson last year he's probably the same age as Charles Woodson, or probably a little bit younger, and he's still playing DB and shutting motherfuckers down.
Is he still playing? Is he gonna play this year?
Played last year. He was on a free agent last year. I think he's done now, but he was doing. I know because we were saying, why don't we just get Patrick Peterson, because we were so fucking we were so bad.
Oh, no, he's actually not that old, bro.
How old is he?
34. He's younger than Geno Smith.
He's younger than Geno Smith, but he's still that's old for a football player. He's still putting. How many years he been in the league? He's been in the league for 15 years.
For sure.
14
he
years.
was in there at least 13 maybe 14 if he got into the league at 20, but probably been in the league for like 13, 14 years around there.
Peterson,
What's his 14 years older than him, dog?
Hey, no, but he had to, but it doesn't take the fact that he had to switch to play safety because he.
Oh, what I mean is like you said, I think they're like the same age.
Nah, but it just seems like it because if you play a long time and you're good at it, you say, man, Patrick Peterson's been there forever. You start saying shit like that. But I remember talking about him, and I remember saying, hey, bring his ass in. Because we were desperate at corner last year. He was up. He was saying, "Hey, just go get trade for Patrick Peterson."
Stephon Gilmore's still out there.
Then we keep saying his old ass name too.
He's still out there.
Stephon Gilmore ain't his cornerback game is dope, bro. He ain't want to be no safety.
No, and I just think that last year too. I think people were talking mad about that fool, and then like he showed up. He showed up and fucking.
Man, he was supposed to be a Raider 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago. He been another Ngamagan Sue, bro.
Yeah. Well, that was Devin White too. Remember, fucking.
Devin White supposed to be a Raider long time ago.
Oh, like who knows? Maybe the Brady will get him over here too.
Bro, we was on a phone call, Gabe. I'm put this out there, bro. We was on a phone call, just the three of us, and we were talking about the Bakersfield shit, right? And you blew my mind, bro. I started thinking about that shit you said, bro, and I was like, we picked Genty, and we trade for your man. What was his name? Who'd you say?
Tyreek.
And that I said, you know what, bro? That popped my shit because I was like, that's a damn good idea right there, bro. Because that instant,
so much better.
Instant. You got an instant, like I said, shot the missile with the heart on, fucking all balls and intensity right there, offense right there, bro. At that pace,
that makes it instantly that much better, bro.
At that pace, bro, with Tyreek's just not happy. Raider Nation will make Tyreek happy. The players ain't had that shit.
And I don't want to hear either in the chat like, oh, we got fucking
Craig Tucker don't even say that bullshit.
That's Tyreek Hill right there. Nah. That's what we were hoping he could turn into, baby. But nah, we all know that's not. There's only one Tyreek Hill. And I hated that motherfucker when he was.
I hate Tyreek Hill when he was Kansas City. And then we don't pull up this shit. Oh, look what happened when he left Kansas City. They couldn't afford Hill at that time. They couldn't afford him because he was dope. The Miami paid him. He went. He went. He took off there.
He still caught for like what? Almost 2,000 yards with Miami.
Imagine you want to say a deep threat and Geno can't get him to that. Shit, boy, there's your deep threat right there. You go back to the 70s and 80s with that Daryl LaMonica shit right there.
Has one of the better fucking deep balls.
Peterson's a poor man. Namdi, that's backwards, bro. You got that backwards. Namdi was tight. He ain't Patrick Peterson.
The thing about Namdi, that would be more of an argument if Namdi also went to the Eagles and did work. But when he went to the Eagles, he got exposed.
As soon as he played zone, that's it.
Got exposed with the Eagles, man. And he's a Raider. Can't talk shit. Dude was dominant.
Look at Jers, bro. He think that Tyreek plan would be low. Who's down with that in the chat, bro? He's down with that. The 40 we got deep in here. Who's down with that? Who's down with that plan?
That's what I was talking about earlier when I said I think this team is still in play for a big type like trade like that, bro.
I think the AFC West will be tripping if we did some shit like that, bro. I think they'll be going mad. And I'm telling you secretly, bro, I'm watching these shows, bro, about the Chiefs and about I watch that shit, bro. And they're nervous about our defensive front, bro. That's all they talk about. They say, hey, man, when it gets down to the Raiders, I go, man, that front they got is deep. It's deep, like not the front is deep with players, but they're saying that it's deep. They're gonna come at us, so they worried about that. We got to do the rest, get some backups, and the defense will be fine, even without Jack Jones. But the defense is gonna be fine. We just get offensive, and just doing that, what you said, Gabe, Fuck, man. I'll be so happy, bro. I don't even talk shit no more. I'll just be like, all right, we're gonna do some things. You'll put 2 more wins on that 6 right there. I'm telling you. It'll be 8 wins right there.
8 minimum. Yeah, 9 minimum to me with that. If you do that deal, I think 9 minimum to me for reals. And then you got like people will start. He won 10 games with fucking,
Miami.
No, 10 games last year with DK and Lockett, you know what I mean, and Jigba. But shit, bro, you get Tyreek and fucking Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers. Damn, bro, that's just as good, or I think better.
He ain't no headache in the locker room. You don't hear that kind of shit. He's kind of bossy, but hey, he produces. He produces, and we get him at a good time too, because he's always done what he did. Every year he does what he does. And he hasn't fell off, bro. He fell off a little bit because he's not really on a good team, but his quarterback gets knocked around all the time, bro. He gets hurt. Can't be. We were saying, oh man, wait till Tua gets back, and they lost all those games, bro. That's why.
It's gonna be interesting though, man. Interesting.
A lot of times when you say shit, Gabe, it happens, man. You were saying this Geno shit needs to get done, and it got done real quick. I said it was gonna go longer. I thought it was gonna go longer, like June 1st. That's what I said, but I don't know why I would say that, because it doesn't matter when he gets signed, but he's not getting no more bonuses and shit. So he just probably wanted to see some. And they did it at the right time. There was no rush to do it. To me, there wasn't no rush. But if we could do a move like that, man, I'll be very excited, bro. I think I'll get me a Tyreek jersey. What's he wear, number 10?
Yeah.
Give me a little Tyreek Hill jersey, bro. I might have to do that.
I made the mistake last time of getting an Antonio Brown jersey, though, before he stepped on the field.
What was he, 84?
Yeah.
I didn't get Antonio Brown. I was pumped up that we got him, though, but he was tripping, bro. He tripped. I was like, yeah, we got the best receiver in the league. He was, man.
Josh Jacobs, Waller, and Antonio Brown, bro. Like, that would have been fucking crazy, man. If Antonio Brown would have just kept his fucking head.
A young Josh Jacobs banging all legs and shit, and then Waller was coming into his little 100-yard seat, 100 catch seats. You know what, too, man? I even like that. I'll take Tyreek and get Lockett at the same time, bro. And or fucking bring back little homie Renfro. I got no problems with Renfro, man. The elite.
You ain't lying.
You change his oil? Nah. You keep that stuff, man. You go down there and get a. You think AB will go to the Hall of Fame?
I'll keep a jersey. That's the one exception jersey that I would never have kept, because he never really stepped on the field for us, ever. So he was never really a Raider. I understand the once a Raider, always a Raider shit, but you got to put on the uniform in the regular season first.
He put on practice shit. Once he started saying, I want my helmet and shit like that, I knew he was fucked up.
Yeah, he never was a Raider to me. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm stupid ass that bought the jersey. I'm the dumb ass that bought the jersey before that ever happened. So I learned my lesson. But that's why I definitely don't consider.
I was dead close. I was dead close to getting a Darren Waller jersey, bro. I was dead close to do it, and I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna get no 83.
Like,
I'm glad I did it.
As much as I talk shit about Randy Moss because of how he quit, how he's admitted that he quit, and times where he says, like, he's been on there and he's like, fuck the Raiders, or I'm not a Raider and all this shit. Like, I mean, fuck anything else, but he wore the jersey, you know what I mean? So I would never like say that burn a fucking Moss jersey or throw away a Moss jersey or whatever like that. Like, nah, that's different. They actually played here.
Yo, yeah, that happens. Tell me a player that didn't have concussions, but he runs them routes good, bro. You know who fucked them up was Derek Carr. Where he throws a damn football. Renfro.
Fucked up who?
Renfro.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were talking about AB, but AB Perfect fucked him up.
But I think he was at that way already, getting there, bro. From one of the biggest divas ever in football, But he was a fast wide receiver. He produced,
quiet, bro. At first, he was like a quiet type at first. I remember that dude would just do what he did, and then all of a sudden, that dude started getting concussions, started getting fucked up, getting knocked out in a couple of games, and then that perfect one, that one was ugly. After that, no, I don't ever seen that motherfucker the same. To be honest,
think he knocked him. Didn't he hit Burfitt and all sideways and shit too at another game or something like that? He probably knocked himself out doing that. He got Burfitt back, didn't he?
No.
I think he did.
Juju Smith got him.
Oh, Juju Smith got a bigger. Juju Smith is bigger than he is. He could probably take a hit. He could probably hit Burfitt.
He got him
Michael
over the middle.
Was saying the same thing. Yeah, I think that was the reason why, man. That Derek Carr was that way with him. We had a good season with Carlo, his best season. It's just the route running. We need that. The importance of route running is very. I'm not. The bigger you are is not. As long as you can catch the football in one good route, bro. Don't matter how big you are. Just not 5'6" or 5 shit like that.
No, I think actually Mayer is pretty important, bro. I wouldn't. Zeus, damn, he should have been gone already. But I think Ian Thomas. If you guys are thinking Ian Thomas is going to be anything, nah. We need Michael Mayer, to be honest, though. Like right now, we're in need of an extra tight end. We lost the other tight end that we had last year too. The last couple of years, we had some pretty good, backup tight ends. Within 2 years ago, Austin Hooper. Last year, in forget his name, man. What was
Bryant?
his name? Thomas
Bryant.
Not Thomas Bryant. Fucking Harrison Bryant. Harrison Bryant, bro. Like those were actually good third option tight ends, but this Ian Thomas guy that we got, from what I hear, that dude is just more of a problem than Astro. Yeah, so I'm not I think we need Mayer.
They expected him to take over from Greg Olsen, bro, and he that's hard to do, bro. It'd be hard to do as far as tight ends are concerned. Carr represents Fresno well. He ain't from Fresno, bro. He's from Bakersfield.
We would have kept a guy like Harrison Bryant, because Harrison Bryant is actually still pretty young. But would have kept a guy like that, then I would have been with you. You know what I mean? Maybe try to get something from Mayer or something like that. But right now, I think we need a Mayer for something like that. Like when we do run kind of like 12 personnel and shit like that. Like Mayer to block. That's one thing I do. I have seen him do out there. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't give up on Mayer just yet.
No, he just needs to get his shit right, and you can't. He has a lot of grievances because he wasn't coached well. He didn't want. If you lose the love for football, like he said, he didn't want to go to practice when McDaniels was there, bro. That's deep, bro. If you've been playing football your whole life and then you feel that way on your first year in the pros, that's jacked up, bro. And then he goes to AP shit. He wasn't there the whole season, but just bad. He got the probably fired up, pumped up to play well from Pete Carroll. I would suspect so.
Go to tight end system. Yeah, see people are green right here. We should keep Mayer. Big Michael in Chip's system. Yeah, I mean, I think we need him, man. To be honest, I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade Mayer right now. I just think that would leave us with another, I think, position now for actual need. Like, obviously we have Powers, but I mean, I think we've seen how important it is to kind of have, that extra tight end, bro. Like the tight end's almost getting hey, you have two tight ends out here, you have two receivers out here. You know what I mean? It's not just like a one tight end set. You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's two tight ends out there. Most of the time, you know what I mean? Especially in this type of offense. So yeah, it doesn't. I think you'll do yourself a disfavor a service if you kind of get rid of Mayer, though.
Hey,
that's the. I mean, that is the question, but I think we need him, man. To be honest, I think we need him. To be honest, I think you'll do your thing. I think you'll do yourself a disfavor if you kind of get rid of Mayer, though. That's the. I mean, that's the. I mean, that is the question, but I mean, that is the question, but I think you'll do your thing. I think you'll do yourself a disfavor if you kind of get rid of Mayer, though.
Hey,
that's
If he
Damn,
does the
man.
same
Like,
thing again, then that's when you start thinking of what we should be doing with them. But you know, if he does the same thing, we don't know what it is, bro.
yeah,
I don't know if it's I don't
exactly.
know if it's
I don't
for
even
the
know how to
love of the
answer.
game, bro. He
Yeah, I
has
don't even know how
personal
to
issues.
answer that. I still have not like that's one thing that they did keep under wraps. Like nothing has ever really came out of why he fucking missed those. Really, why he missed those games? I know there were supposedly personal issues and all that shit, but like actual definitive things said, like I don't even really think I've heard a narrative, which is weird. Like you would at least hear some people making up narratives by now, but like I don't still don't know what fucking happened to Mayer last year.
He came back, and then it looked like to me he didn't miss a step. Probably it didn't look like he missed a step. You know what I mean? He had a couple of good games. At a dude that size, and he's a typical tight end. Bowers and him are totally
because if it comes out that it was a loss in his family and he got into like a dark place or whatever, like he lost in his family to a close family, like how can you really blame him though? You know what I mean? Like everybody grieves different. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm just saying no news came out. I'm speculating myself right now. I'm just saying, and what if it comes out to be that? Like we could say what if he does the same thing as last year, but we don't even know what it was. You know what I mean? So it's like
take off your Foster Moreau jersey, Crew Kev, and get him. All eyes. He getting heavy. Get him, bro. We'll talk about the no like that. Good. They kept it private. I think the family would have said something with this loss in the family. I mean, we should commend the Raiders for keeping it quiet and not getting in that business and just bringing them back and saying, "You were right." You know,
whatever it was, I'm just saying whatever it was, it could have been a crazy ass situation to where, like, that could have been a situation that doesn't really even happen. Like it's so rare that's why it put him in that state. You know what I mean? Like whatever situation it was, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't speculate about he would do it again because I don't know what happened. I fucking don't even know what the hell happened in the first place.
Nah, dude, those guys get paid money, bro. You know, they get paid money. So I don't think it
was that, bro. I definitely don't think it was that, bro. I don't think definitely was part of that because as much as like we would say it was a dick, but I think some news would have came out of that. If that was the reasons, they would have made that shit public. If it was the reasons was that he was feeling it because Brock Bowers was the reason, like I think that type of news would have came out or leaked or something. This shit has to be something very private. For them to keep it that private and respect the privateness of it, I think that's what makes me think that it was something unusual. That they respected that.
Cool Kev's stabbing this dude, bro. He getting him while he's cut, man. And in both those situations, Cool Kev, the Raiders handled very well, I think. They supported Foster Moreau, and he cut out to a new team.
Yeah.
So he felt the pressure of Mayer. He felt the pressure of Mayer. We still had Foster Moreau when McDaniels was here, when we picked Mayer. At least he didn't go on IG and start singing about Bill Belichick like Chandler Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, right there, man.
We let a lot of guys go because that shit got fucked up.
That's just one of the weirdest situations I ever fucking seen. The Chandler Jones situation with the Raiders, and it's crazy because that followed the Antonio Brown situation. Like,
Look at what we did, bro.
Like, what the fuck, dog? We go from one fucking crazy ass situation that rarely happens, like a guy literally gets traded to a team and doesn't even ever play a game for that team, bro. That's fucking like unheard of. Like when there's a star player gets traded for and doesn't even actually play for him. No, I'm talking about Tyreek right now. I mean, I'm talking about Antonio Brown. And then following that, you get the Chandler Jones situation with him trying to fucking kill himself and all that shit that happened. It was just like, what the fuck?
And look how
damn.
many situations we had, bro. The Waller
And then, no, that's
situation with him making videos when he was hurt, jumping on Impalas and shit like that.
Arnett. Stupid ass.
Arnett, Henry Ruggs. Dude, we had so much fucking drama on this thing. We had so much boat. Josh Jacobs got a DUI. Hobbs got caught drinking in the casino.
Last year,
fucking Snowden with how he parked that fucking car. I don't know what the fuck happened. And it started the next week. That's gangster, bro. Get a DUI and start the next week at your job. That wouldn't happen to me. I'll be locked up.
It's crazy.
That happened.
The DUI situations I get because those are happening all around the fucking league. To be honest, I know they happen a lot here. It shouldn't be happening. You just hear it because
it's the Raider. We hear it. It goes nationwide when it's a Raider player.
I'm talking more about the situations like Chandler Jones and Antonio Brown and Damon Arnett situations. Those fucking like Henry Ruggs situations. Those shits don't really happen around the league.
Yeah. You know what it is, bro? I think Chandler Jones got all the trauma from getting hit in the head from his brother, bro. It was like he got all the fucked up the hits that his brother did. That's the way he acts. Because John Jones don't act that way. He's a little crazy on the crazy side, but he got it together. Chandler Jones is just buck wild.
Halfway off the fucking center divider, that's for sure. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, he's way down south, bro. But you know what? He's still gonna go to the Hall of Fame. He should.
He has the numbers for it. I don't see why not. I mean,
he's still gonna go.
Might take him. Obviously, I make fun, whatever, all this, the whole situation and shit like that. But after watching that movie, The Concussion, I am not surprised when these dudes snap like that at all. Out of any of these guys.
Yeah. I
wouldn't be like that. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, that CTE shit's no fucking joke. Like, I don't know if anybody in here has watched that 30 for 30 of Junior Seau, but the man that he was.
That was the best one.
Yeah, the man that he was and the man that he ended up at the end, you know what I mean? Like, was a totally different person, bro. Like, he didn't even recognize himself. His family didn't recognize himself because everybody was said in that video, he was the most like joyful person, always playful and all of that shit, calling you brother and all that shit. Like, all of a sudden, just snapping on his family, snapping on his kids, trying to drive off a cliff. You know what I mean? Like, didn't know what the fuck was going on in his head. Like, when you see shit like that, like, I make fun of the Antonio Brown, all of that shit, dog, but that shit ain't no fucking joke, bro. That CTE shit ain't no joke. When you see people shooting themselves, see people shooting themselves in the fucking heart and donating their brain because they don't know what's wrong with them, that's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Nowadays, it's even happening in high school, bro. You get 2 concussions in 1 year in high school, you don't play the rest of the season. That's the way it is.
Look at Aaron Hernandez. Look at fucking Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah. He went off the rim with that, and he doesn't know. He doesn't know. They're still learning about symptoms about this shit. It got so many different symptoms. Your mind is jacked up.
They said that when they studied his brain, they said that it looked like a 60, 70-year-old person's brain.
Mm-hmm. Beaten up, bro. Beaten up, bro. And all this new shit that they're putting on helmets and stuff like that, that's not even for that, bro. The concussions were up when they had them big old things on it. It's not for that. It's not for concussions. Look it up. That little thing that they be wearing on
a Guardian cap?
The Guardian cap is not for concussion stoppage. It's not for that.
It's supposedly only for the. It really only. I heard the only really like where it makes a difference is in the trenches.
In the offensive linemen, but it's not for impact hit. They bump their head all the time.
Impact, you're not gonna save that shit. Like, those guys are too strong, too big, too fast. Yeah. You're not gonna save that shit. But when they're so close to each other and they're just coming like that, then yeah, that's when it does a lot more It still doesn't cure everything, of course. You know what I mean? Because these dudes are still big time, big 300-pound fucking guys plus going fucking, just fucking battering each other like battering rams every fucking play. You know what I mean? So it's like, but that's why I think that's where they say it makes the most difference. But it's all really because of that big lawsuit. It's all really because of that big lawsuit, because the NFL doesn't want to have a lawsuit like that ever again. No? Hundreds of billions of dollars have to be paid out to the families of all these ex-players. So it's like, obviously that tells you there was something majorly wrong. Like majorly, like it was just not even some small peanuts type shit. Like when you get yourself into the realm of hundreds of millions of dollars and having to pay ex-families of like players from even as far as the 70s, that shit's crazy, bro. Like that shit's that it was big ups to Dr. Umalu. Dr. Umalu.
And with all that, Gabe, they got the dough to take care of those people. You know what I mean? They got the dough. They got money. They got the money to take care of that shit.
Yeah, but
it's just
you see the movie how they were trying to fight it. Crazy though.
It's just so unfortunate that the rules are getting changed, and I understand that the safety of the players, but the rules are changing to where we think the game is pussy, and they're just doing it because these guys could get killed out there nowadays. They could get killed out there.
They're bigger, they're faster, they're fucking way more stronger. Weight rooms and like just weight techniques and like just strength and conditioning and just like supplements and all that shit have got so advanced, dog, that like these dudes are supreme athletes, bro. Like I'm not saying that guys weren't in the 80s or whatever like that either, but they were further apart from each other. Now all these motherfuckers are supreme athletes. Some of them are just better skilled, but all of these dudes are supreme fucking athletes, bro. Like it's just crazy. So it's like it's just at the home.
Yeah, I'm cool, Kev. I said, fuck them Guardian houses. I'd rather you can't stop that. The impact hits. Look, the offensive linemen, they beat.
It looks stupid.
It's gonna happen if you play football, bro. It's gonna happen if you play football. Unless we get rid of the game, you're gonna have a better. These guys are gonna last. But then what? You're gonna kill
Minecraft
something.
Helmets. It was that Minecraft helmet.
I thought about that. I thought about saying that, but he said it. He said it first. But it's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate that they find these guys with brain damage, and then the reason why. After a while, Gabe, I think it goes to where, especially the what's his name that you saw, Junior Seau. It was so unfortunate because I remember the Raiders sucked, bro. We were bad, and I just went to a game to try to go get Junior Seau's fucking autograph, bro. And we sucked, man. We were.
That's the only Charger I've ever liked.
Killed us, bro. They killed us. I went there too to watch LT play. It was so bad, Gabe, that I went. I loved the Raiders then, but I went I seen Adrian Peterson come to the Coliseum. I seen LT go to the Coliseum because we were bad, bro. We were only winning 2 games, 3 games. We were like 1 and 10. We were 1 and 10. Shit, bro. You get Randy Moss coming to. Oh, I'm gonna check that out, bro. I just love. I was already coaching then and all that. And I'm gonna go see that. And I always wanted to get Junior Seau's, but he would always just jam, bro. He didn't want to mess. I
remember having a Junior Seau USC jersey, getting a vintage one like that, but I was never gonna get a Charger.
I would do that. I would invest in a Junior Seau USC jersey. I would invest in a what's his name? A 5 jersey. Nah, fuck that.
The juice.
I'll get a Marcus Allen USC.
I'll get a fucking juice. Fuck that shit. I'm getting a OJ jersey, baby. Fuck that shit.
You're gonna put I did it on the back. That's what you're gonna do. I did it.
The glove didn't quit, so you have to quit.
Couple new health trainers. Here we go. Geo Max is getting back to good Raiders. They go, if Raiders trade back to around 11-15, you think they draft for Marion Hampton if he's available? I think Jensen will be gone. Jacksonville might trade back. Jacksonville needs a. We're not going to get a good player. We're not going to get a good player. And if you're satisfied of a Marion Hampton being the man,
at that point,
bro,
11-15 range, I'm taking one of those linebackers that you said earlier, Jalen Walker or Jihad Campbell. I'm taking one of those linebackers there and then taking maybe a running back in the second round. Marion Hampton is there, take him at 37. But if he's not there, I'm not to the point where Omarion Hampton is that much better, or even to me, maybe a slightly better than like a Trayvon Henderson or even a Bo Scatterbo. I think people don't say shit, but I like Bo Scatterbo, man. I like Bo. And then Bo as a Raider, Bo, this vintage, another Bo on the Raiders.
Bo, he's not Scatterbo. Scatterbo, that's what we call him. What's his first name? Cam.
Yeah.
Cameron Scatterbo. He's a Cameron right now because he ain't shit. But he's a good football player, dude. I wouldn't mind him on the team. You pick him later, but he ain't no number one pick. I'll tell you that for damn sure. He ain't no number one pick. He's gonna be up there though. He'll be an asset for the team. He'll do way better. He'll shit on Luby. We'll forget about Luby. If the Scatterbo came over here, I'll work him right off the bat. Will Johnson, if we play, I don't think he'll be there, bro. I think he's top 10 guy. I think Will Johnson can be a top 10 guy. No matter what team he goes to. I don't know what the order is, dude. I remember the order. I write it down, and I don't know what the hell I do with it.
The order is right here. It's Tennessee, Cleveland, Jets, New England, Jacksonville, then us. Then after that, it's the Jets. Then let's see. Yeah, after that is the Jets. I only see the first 7 picks right here.
I can't see Jacksonville picking Genty, man. Don't they got ATN over there? And what's Bigsby? They have a pretty good little tandem right there. That's a pretty good little squad. If they want to go over the top.
I forget who's at 8, but I know the Saints are at 9, and then the Bears are at 10. I forget who's at 8.
The Jets? No.
Jets are at 7. Yeah. I forget who's at 8, but then after 8, at 9 is the Saints, and then the Bears at 10. That's the top 10. I just don't know 8.
Oh, so what we're thinking now, and we're thinking now that we lost Jack Jones, that we should get Will Johnson. Now I know what the.
Yeah, I mean that could be a way to go now too, because. It all depends, though, if they really even felt that big on Jack Jones to begin with. If this new regime even felt big on Jack Jones to begin with, because if they didn't even have confidence, or they already kind of knew that this was going to happen, like, I think that they were probably just.
He got released, bro.
He got released. Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna eat his contract, no matter what it was.
He only had 1 year left, and it was small. I think he only had a little bit of money left.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal.
That's dead money right there. They're going to get attack on for the dead money.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Will Johnson, 6'2", 202, so he's probably around 6'1". All right, well, that's a bigger guy. He was a 4'3", 40. Fast fucker.
No, Will's good, man. Will's a really good quarterback. I wouldn't mind him at 6 either. Yeah, exactly. He fits the mold. That Pete likes.
Man, this dude from Florida, this dude from South Carolina, he's 6'3". Nick, everybody's saying his name all crazy. Emin Worry. I'm hearing a lot about him too, but I'm hearing more about the second round. And John Dave Barrett, I like him also. Texas.
The corner.
Yeah, but he's 5'11". But that's not Pete Carroll big, bro. Pete Carroll's over 6 feet. Those two guys are. Might be the right time. I think it's gonna be like a weird Pete pick, bro. It's gonna be like a weird Pete pick. We're gonna see it pertaining like to what he had. He's gonna find his wagon.
But I think Genty is a Pete pick.
Genty's gonna be not as big Marshawn Lynch, bro. But better.
That's what I'm saying. Genty to me is a typical Pete pick. It's just there is other guys that I think Pete likes as well. I just think Pete fits in. I mean, Genty fits in that. You know what I mean, in that category, and being one of like that, being a guy that like traditionally Pete kind of will go after.
Man, if Luby gets 500 yards next year, I'll eat that shit that fucking Petit and fucking Kazi are, bro. Eating.
There's a reason why Pete traded for Marshawn Lynch when he was with the Bills, bro. There's a reason why he traded for that, because he knew he was really a first round pick type. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, Marshawn Lynch was the 12th overall pick. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think if anything, Pete, that's a guy that I think Pete is looking heavily at. Will he end up picking him? I think it all comes down to what's available at 6, but I think he's very high on that list, on Pete's fucking list.
Yeah,
very high, maybe even 1.
He loves his corners, dude, and we know that's gonna be a priority for him personally. I need a corner.
High on the list. He could be 1. He could be 2 behind Will Johnson too. But I'm saying Genty's very high on that list too. Could be very well a big corner too, though. But
you're gonna bet me. All right, you gonna bet me. You gonna bet me that Vegemite, the shit that we gotta do something different. We do something different than Vegemite. I don't want to eat that shit. They told me what it tastes like. I don't want to eat that. But if he gets 500 yards, I'll do something. I'll do a backflip or something. Yeah. It said it tastes like bong water. I know you know what that tastes like.
Nasty, man.
Is it? I want to drink that shit. I want to eat that shit.
No, I've never tasted it, but fuck, that shit, just the smell of bong water is nasty.
That's what it said it tastes like. Smelty smell. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
But I don't know, man. I think there's still a lot of possibilities. I just love the fact that we're right. We're not too far back now. Like, let's see, fucking. I
think Jersey's right, bro. Jersey's right. Genty was it should be a top list. That's my view right there, Jersey. That's my view. Run a 40. You guys don't want to see my speed, bro. I'm. Hey, Tubby, man. Dixon. I just recovered from a liver transplant, bro. I got a. You gonna do a mock draft? You can get me stuck in a mock draft.
We're gonna do one quick one, dog. You go first. I'll go second. First, second, third, and we will alternate picks. Okay, let's see how our draft turns out.
We got seven round draft, bro. See, Lowe's are getting mad at you now.
All right. All right, ready? It's gonna start quick. We'll go quick. Go quick to this shit.
You got first pick.
You got first pick on this one. So let's see who's available.
I'm taking Travis Hunter, bro. I'm taking Travis Hunter. I'll give what. That's a corner.
All right, I got second pick. Let's see. I'll get the second round. Let's see.
Look at this. Did we just talk about that dude right there? Did we just talk about that big corner right there? Go get it. Did we just talk about it? Nah.
Hold on.
We got Luther Burden right there, bro. You want to go receiver or running back?
We need a running back.
Yeah, I hear you said. I want to move up already. Nah.
This is your pick right here. This is your pick right here.
Okay.
Look, you got trade offers. You want to go back? No?
Nah.
All right, there it is.
No trade. Too long.
They got, let's see, what do you want? Where are you looking at? Corner? What position? Or you want to look at it all available right here? The guys that are all, like in the all? There's Mason Taylor, tight end.
Who's there at quarterback, bro?
Quarterback. Let's see. There is Will Howard, Quinn Ewers, Tyler Show, Kyle McCord, Dylan Gabriel. Okay, what else do you want to look at?
Hit the linebacker.
Chris Paul Jr., Barrett Carter, Danny
They
Stephen,
said
or Jeffrey Bassa. We're at 68 right now.
let's try the inside. And the inside offensive line guy. Inside offensive line.
Offensive line guy.
Inside. Right there.
Okay.
Where's Rutledge at? He's 67. Yeah, let's get Rutledge. He's probably gonna get a low grade on it, but give me Rutledge. Mm-hmm.
C plus. It's not bad.
Damn.
Not bad. All right, let's go.
That's bad. C plus for
I mean,
Rutledge.
hey, we need a guard though. We need a guard. So, but let's see. I am going to go. Let's see linebacker now. No, I'm gonna go. Let's see safety. Let's go over here to safety. We're at 108.
Good safety right there. That's a good safety right there.
Ajuma Buka.
It's just saying that you don't need them right now.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be.
Yeah.
We ain't got a quarterback yet.
Ooh, Joshua Farmer's here.
Yay.
What about our receiver? Ooh, Savion.
Good pick.
I like Savion. We need a right now. We haven't traded for fucking Tyreek, so I'm going receiver now.
How big is
Savion? Really?
Because everybody's saying get the 6'4" guy, whatever.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah.
Okay, so now
this shit.
Oh, you got an A on the first one with Travis Hunter?
Yeah. Get on linebacker now. Let's see what's up.
Linebacker.
See what's up with that.
We got Jack Kaiser, Kobe King, Nick Martin, Cody Simon. Cody Simon's pretty good, but I mean 143.
Let's see what tackles we got.
Tackles. Offensive tackle?
Yeah.
You got Holland Pierce, Chase Lund.
Go to linebacker again, bro. Go to linebacker again.
Linebacker?
Yeah, get him right there. Get the linebacker from Georgia right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna look him up.
An A? Okay. Next pick at 180. I'm going safety. I think I'm going safety though. Let's see the safeties that are here. Ooh. I'm going this one, man. I don't know what I like Malachi Moore though. He's a ball hog, bro. I like Malachi Moore.
So we got back-to-back picks. With a 6th round right now.
Yeah, this is your pick right here. We go to all. We go to all to see what guys that are left over. So we got Jalen Rivers, offensive tackle. Tyler Barron, an edge.
We ain't got we got safety.
Could double up on running back. Rashard Smith. That dude's a good running back out of SMU. I don't know. Wherever you want to go, though. What are you thinking? Where are you looking at? What position?
Go hit the corner. Did you get a corner? We got Travis.
Yeah, we got Travis.
Go to tackle. Let's try tackle.
Tackle?
Yeah.
Tackle right here. Jalen River. What pick are we at? We're at 213. So these guys are considered, I guess, good value. Jalen Rivers.
Let's go offensive tackle for Miami right there.
Miami. Jalen Rivers. What is he? A plus. Okay. Going to my pick now, too. I'm going to say I've already picked one running back. Edge. D-line. Fuck it. Let's go D-line. Let's see what is on there.
I like that. Got a lot of value there, but hey.
I like Howard Cross. But damn. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going Howard Cross.
We ain't even got a quarterback yet.
Oh, A plus. What?
Go to quarterback. You see who's there in the 7th round.
Quarterback. Let's see who's there in the 7th round. Gravy says he wants to go quarterback. Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard can run.
Riley Leonard's the best one?
Yeah, left.
Riley Leonard had a good combine, dude. Just try it out. See what I get. Try it out. Just quarterback.
And Riley Leonard went to the playoff.
Yeah.
Went to the championship, right? Were they in the championship game?
With the 7th pick, Raiders select Riley Leonard, quarterback, Notre Dame. Go do
A+.
See, you never know what he's talking about. It looks like I messed up with Tate Rutledge, but
I mean, we need some and people wanted offensive linemen, right? We got 2. We got a tackle, inside guard. We got a corner, running back. I mean, we got a wide receiver, linebacker, safety, 2 offensive, linemen, and then a guy that I think Riley Leonard. To me, I think Riley Leonard has more potential than AOC. And that's just me. But that was a good one, man. That's one quick one. That was it. What do you guys? What would you guys rate that right there, man? What would you guys rate in the chat? What would you guys rate that that mock draft? Give us some grades. Yeah, those grades don't mean nothing. That's why we're asking for your guys' grades.
That's good, Kenna. It's good to hear, bro. Those grades don't mean none. I know, man.
Yeah, those grades don't mean nothing for sure.
I know those players. The only player I didn't know was Riley Leonard. To see what the quality of him was at the 7th round. He ain't even gonna make it. To me, 6, 7 guys don't do it. They're gonna.
I mean, all I can tell you though is like, I would be very, very, very hyped up for that draft. I'm not gonna give myself. I'm not gonna give myself bias. I know it's gonna just sound biased. I'm not gonna give myself a grade, but I would definitely be happy with that draft.
Yeah, A, bro. That's an A draft right there. You got Travis Hunter. You got the best player in football right there, and they're coming out of college. You got a cornerback, and then if he wants to, he can play receiver. To put a package in there for him. Chip, what better guy to do that? Put a package in for Travis Hunter. 3 starters, probably 4 right there with Savion, bro.
Savion, man. Malachi Moore, bro. Don't sleep on Malachi Moore. I'm telling you. Don't sleep on Malachi Moore. That guy's gonna be good, man. Howard Cross too. That's a fucking crazy pick at 215. If Howard Cross is anywhere near the back of the draft at 215, bro, damn, that would be a steal.
Raider Nation, we did that fast too, bro. We take 2 hours on the draft, moving back and shit.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
2 hour draft. No 2 hour fucking mock draft, dog. It's just a quick one. We've already been on another hour and 30. We're about an hour and something in the other one. I mean, we got another like 10 minutes, whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, shit. I'm just pumped, man. That, you know how it gets every time. Once it starts getting closer and closer to draft time, bro, it's like you start getting more pumped up for these days, bro. Like, it's like, fuck, man, because any of these guys can be taken.
Yeah, they can, bro. And it's gonna be a blast watching it. I don't know. We haven't really talked about what we're gonna do, Gabe, about the draft. I know every show and the Raider content creation, they're gonna be having a show, probably collab with other people. I don't know if we're gonna do that, but maybe we'll get together real quick for
Raider Gabe or Coach Gravy. Hit me up in the DMs, bro. I'm more than willing to, hey, shit, just let me know. Shit, I'm always down for, you know what I mean, cool little, back and forth, or, just give opinions or whatever show, man. Just let me know. Let me know. I'm down to pull up whatever time, man.
We support everybody that supports us, and that's the way we are.
Yeah, man. It's just, I know I'm gonna be reaching out to a couple people, come over here. So that way we can, get on each other's platform, just kind of, kind of like swap, like opinions and shit like that. See where everybody's kind of heads at right now. You know what I mean? So it's just interesting always what people's point of views are. So it's just I just like to get into it.
We were in fantasy land with that draft, bro. Travis Hunter falling to us at 6. That shit. I'll be jumping up and down. If we don't pick this, I'm gonna lose my shit. I always say that I'm gonna lose my shit if we don't pick Travis Hunter even there.
Oh, I would lose my shit right there at that point, dude.
For next Sunday game, I got a little announcement. Next Sunday, I reached out to him. He got back to me. He's out of town right now. That's why he's not on today. He wanted to, but Sunday, bro, dude, that hasn't been on show in a long time. During draft time, this guy pops out in my mind. A real good friend of ours too. Pharaoh, bro, gonna have Pharaoh on next Sunday. 6 o'clock here. If you guys know the man Pharaoh, got deep knowledge, real good guy. He's gonna be on here. He's gonna spit for a minute with all 3 of us and 4 of us, and Pharaoh's gonna be in the house next Sunday, man. So get your shit ready. And then
that's the whole thing. That's crazy because like that's the dude that in Vegas I probably spent the most time when we were in Vegas during the draft. We were out there doing content.
The flag football game.
No, we were out there on the street. Oh yeah, I remember that too. But we were out there on the street too, like in Vegas. During the draft, interviewing people on the street, just doing content on the street, like asking people like what was their favorite team, and then asking them to like drunk people, asking them to like name their favorite like the 2 favorite players. They wouldn't know anybody on the damn team. They would have their jersey on, but they wouldn't even know the player that they were wearing. They couldn't even name the people that they were wearing sometimes, bro. And it was funny content. But I remember when we went to go review it, which was the fucked up part, is like the mics weren't really good at that time, dog. Like we had some mics that we had gotten, but the mics weren't really good. But that shit was cool, man. Pharaoh, big shout out to Pharaoh, man. Pharaoh's doing his thing over there. Him and Severe. You know what I mean?
You excited about that? Check it out. Red Nation Live is gonna have the main dude organizer of the Bakersfield Project, Lorenzo from the Raider Crusaders, is gonna be on probably Thursday. And he's pumped up to talk about what's gonna be going on with that. I got a lot of questions for the dude because we're gonna be up there. So he wanted to come on. I asked him if he would want to pump it up over there and talk ball with us. He said for sure. So I'm gonna get back at him and tell him we're lock you in for Thursday game. Might just be me and you, Gabe. So we're gonna talk to Lorenzo and see what's up with that Bakersfield shot. But get your questions ready, get your shit ready for Pharaoh coming on next Sunday.
Oh, and we can start having guests. I'm gonna make them all do a quick fucking
draft.
At the end, and then come like leading up to the draft, and then at the end of the draft, I'll take a screenshot of every single one's, every single person's one, and we'll see who hit the most picks or who hit the most right, or you know what I mean, like on picks, man. I mean, who was actually the most closest to, hitting on the money.
Yeah, Pharaoh's real knowledgeable, man. Good dude. We've known each other for a while. We were in the YouTube game for a minute. And him and Severe have a great show, dude. Severe, if he didn't get a hold of, but hey, we'll take him on too. We'll take both of them on if they want to come on together. They collab together. So I'll take that show on. Bring it on. Do it for Gravy Game, man. My boy Low, and we can get together, have a little five-some draft, bro.
Oh. Us.
Never been in those, bro.
I'm out.
Women, bro, not dudes. There ain't no dudes involved in the five-some, bro. Just the radio content. Man, you ain't gonna get your mind out of that shit, gang. Why your mind always in there? You cool camera. I was talking.
I'm out. I tap.
You can't on the five-some. That's it. You can't hang with that.
I'm out.
Can't hang with that. All right, man. Hey. And me and Gabe are going to be out on that note. And you guys don't drink and drive. Stay cool. Take care of yourself. And until next time, man, we're planning what, Gabe? Thursday? Thursday? No, Wednesday. Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. I'm here. Okay. I'll be here. Hopefully the black one, I can show everybody the black one too. So you guys can, I'll kind of like, show them out to both you guys so that way.
So Thursday, are you going to get it by Thursday? Are you going to get it by Thursday?
Hopefully it should be here. That's what it says.
Are you going to get it by Wednesday? Because if you get it by Wednesday, wear the black one. If you get it by Wednesday, wear the black one, and it will do another draft that day. Since you got the draft hat, we'll do a draft, bro.
There you go. That's why I did one today, dog. You didn't see catch
See,
on.
this
You're
thing,
catching on.
hey, this thing in here does work sometimes, Gabe. You know what I mean? It does work, bro. It does work.
I do like how they put this there today, this year. At least the NFL recognizes there's only one nation. Only one nation, people. These are literally on the official draft hats. That tells everybody in the NFL there's only one nation.
How come it don't say Las Vegas on it?
That's what I like about it even more, to be honest.
Where's Las Vegas at? Is it on the side? Is it on the side or something? Is that a snapback or is it a snapback or fitted? It's fitted? All right. That's dope, bro. Kind of like it now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't like that shit on the bill though. You like that stuff on the bill?
The other one is gray, and it has these gray too on the black one. The bill is gray, and these things are gray too, so you can't really tell like this on the black one.
See it, all right. I might get a black one.
That's they're both the same color. Yeah, because on the bill they're both the same color. It still has the same design, but it's the same color as the bill, so it's less noticeable on the black one.
Well, I think all the hats. I looked at that because I heard they don't have Las Vegas.
All the draft hats have this. Every team has this.
Yeah, but they have different sayings on the bottom or something where it says there's only one nation. They have to have different sayings on it.
Yeah, a lot of them say this, and a lot of them have a different pin. Some of them have some crazy ass pins.
But did they say the cities, or all of them just says like?
No,
I don't see that one in Las Vegas. And the reason why I heard that because people in Oakland don't buy Las Vegas shit, and they're losing a bunch of money in Oakland. All the Bay Area and LA, they won't wear no Las Vegas shit. I don't know why, but they don't. So they lose a lot of money in Oakland because they want to wear their Oakland shit. So that's a big come up for the Raiders right there. I don't know if the other teams have their cities on there, but.
No, I think they're all like that. They all have like a little saying. They all have like a little saying, and I think all of them are going to be given out in black, and then every team has an alternate color, which this was the alternate color. So all the hats are in black. Like the actual this part is black.
Yeah, that's what reminds me of. It reminds me of something Navy shit or something like that. Something on the bill, military shit. It's dope though. I didn't like it before, but since I seen it worn on you, it looks good. It's cool. I'll get the black one. Make
it look good. That's fine.
I'll get the black one, bro. Yeah.
This shit look good, though.
All right, we guys get excited, man. Next weekend we got Farrell coming in, bro. We got Lorenzo from the Raider Crusaders coming in on Wednesday to talk about the great Bakersfield event that's going on. If you guys don't know nothing about that, check out the show, and he's going to enlighten you with everything. There might be some new come-ups. Maybe it might make you guys get some new updates. See if there's going to be more players. We know Jeremy Chin's going to be there, so if you guys want to, I don't know if you guys get your old ass number 11s and bring them out there because I think that's the number he got. So he was 11 in Washington, so. Maybe he might be 11. Maybe he might take over Henry Ruggs' jersey and make that a good example for the Raiders now. So bring your old Ruggs jerseys and take the back off and have them sign it, bro. You can do that. So
I think you order the name.
Yeah, you can order those. You order those things they haven't made in your town, bro. They do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do the nameplates. But yeah, man. Hey, thank everybody too, man. Thank you guys, everybody that came back. You know what I mean? I know there was a technical, mishap earlier in the show, but thank you everybody that came back into the second live of today. But yeah, man, it's Sunday, 9/14, man. 3 weeks away from the draft, man. And like Lo says, man, don't drink and drive, and be grateful for what you have, what you don't have, man. And you know what I mean? So it's like, you know how we end it, man. It's it's Raiders on 3. 1, 2, 3, man. Raiders. Yeah, let's go, man. Thank you guys, man. And fucking for sure, man. And see you.